Now, you know, something that is always big, huge conversations, especially here in Park City and especially this time of year, is real estate. Now, we're getting out of our big, huge, booming season. From what I understand, this is my first year in Park City, but I hear things start to change when spring and summer roll around. And so who better to catch us up on what to expect in the real estate market than Jim and Billie Harsch. Did I say your last name correctly?
Yes, you did.
Okay. I always, every time I look at it, that's what I think, but then I think, well, no. They're so sweet. They're both so nice and so kind. So Harsch just sounds, it's just a last name.
Sounds harsh.
It sounds hard, but they're from Mountain Town Realty. And you know what? There's a lot going on in the Park City area. And I think people are really deceived and don't have any idea at the amount. Maybe they're just not informed. That's what I should say. They're not informed to know about the properties that are here, the deals that are available, and the gorgeous things that you can purchase. And the price ranges, hey, just throw out a number, tell them what you're looking for, and you guys can help them find it. What's the market like now? We know, you know, Park City, it starts to slow down a little bit come springtime. What does that do to the real estate market?
Well, in the springtime, it does slow down over the next couple of months, primarily in the resort property. However, the single-family residential market tends to pick up as people are starting to move. They're waiting for their kids to get out of school, and it's a transition time for single-family homes and more of the residential markets. And also, people that have skied here in the winter now come back, and it's a good buying time for them. They've had a great time skiing, and you know the snow we've had in the last couple of days will bring them back for the next week or two, and then they'll come back and look for their dream property. And there are great deals out there on a lot across all ranges of property.
Okay, and see, now that's something new that I didn't know. So this becomes kind of a transient area come spring and summer. So a lot of families move out, or a lot of families move in, or is it a combination of the two?
Well, it's kind of a combination of the two.
Okay.
Because, you know, we're a bedroom community for the Delta employees because we are a hub here. So people change, you know, locations through that. But we also have, you know, different companies that are building up a reputation in this area, in Salt Lake and whatever. So we have a lot of people that would prefer to live in Park City and with the air and the beautiful mountains and whatever, and just make the short commute down to Salt Lake City. So consequently, yes, we have a lot of people that move in, and some, of course, move out during this time of year while the schools are winding down, and they can pick property and move during the summer so they can get their kids settled by fall.
By fall. See, so and I had never thought of it as a more transient area, but I guess it can. Another thing that I think a lot of people are so misinformed about is they think every property in Park City is a high-end property. You've got to come in here with tons and tons of money, and you've got to be willing to buy one of these huge luxury homes. And that's not the case. You can find just about anything here, can't you?
You can.
We have single-family homes starting out in Silver Springs for under $500,000, which a couple of years ago were probably $650,000 to $700,000, but they're now down under $500,000.
Okay.
I mean, you have Black Hawk Station, which is kind of entry, and they're in the low $300,000s to get into a house, which is a pretty darn good deal these days.
Which you would not imagine here in Park City. I mean, I don't think you would think of. We're looking at a shot that they're showing now.
We just sold this house last week.
You did. Now, where was this house located?
This was in North Shore in Silver Springs.
Oh, it was. Okay.
4,500 square foot house. We sold it to a doctor from Salt Lake who has 4 small children. It's a perfect house for them.
Okay.
On a cul-de-sac, very, very nicely done.
And you know, that's the thing. Oh, it's gorgeous. Are you kidding me? Black granite, is that cherry wood?
Yeah.
All right, and then the stainless steel package on all of the appliances. So it's a very updated kitchen as well. Oh, and then a hot tub and a beautiful deck.
Of course, that was last summer. It wasn't yesterday.
Oh, yeah. This isn't a picture that was taken any time in the past week or so, guys. So, but this is what people can expect.
Yes.
This is what people can expect. And I think that's what I think so many people are so misinformed about. They think that they have to come in here and they have to spend a ton of money and they have to buy high end and they have to, you know, there's just this idea about people who live in Park City. but there are bargains. And I think that's one of the things. Some of the prices that you were just mentioning of homes and areas, I'm surprised. It shocks me. And is this more of a norm, or is this just something that's every now and then? Is it, come in, we can call you guys and you can find us a house similar to this just about any time?
Yeah, and we have a lot of nice residential communities where people live. That's where our population lives. They don't live in the bulk of them do not live in the high-end Deer Valley properties. They live in neighborhoods like Park Meadows and Silver Springs and Sun Peak, and in those areas you can find something between the mid-4s up to $1 million or $1 million plus, but you're going to get a lot for your money.
Okay, and I think that's what so many people are. People are looking for a bargain. You know, when they're house hunting now, people want a deal. They want to feel like, I made out like a bandit, you know, on this particular purchase. Are we seeing a transition in attitudes now? Is the market starting to adjust, or are we still at that area where it's tough to buy, you're not going to be able to do this, it's a lot of work to get into a home?
We think it's stabilized quite a bit.
Okay.
We believe that we are probably at the bottom in terms of prices. However, you need good credit to buy. If you have good credit, it's a pretty simple process. The house in North Shore, they put it under contract the 1st of March, and it closed last week. So you can still do things in 30 days, depending on your relationship with the bank and what you're looking for and things like that.
And interest rates are still absolutely phenomenally low.
They are, okay.
And so now you've got the best of both worlds. You've got low prices or competitive prices, and you've got great interest rates that you can lock in for 30 years. So, I mean, what's not to like?
And that, you know what, and I think so many people are looking for that right now. So many people got caught up in all of these prime interest rated homes and all these homes that were offering all these quote unquote incentives, and a lot of people lost their homes and are probably very gun shy, but no need to be. I mean, are you kidding me? You can lock in an interest rate for 30 years now. That's unusual and doesn't happen very often. So those are legitimate deals. Those are not something that are just every now and then. What about the incentives that the government is offering?
Well, the first-time homebuyer credit expires at the end of this month, so anybody needs to it has to be under contract by April 30th, and that's $8,000 that goes away at the end of this month. And we do have some first-time homebuyer properties that we can get people into, but they're going to have to hurry.
Okay, so that's going to take a little more time. Do you? And this is just an opinion-related question here. Do you anticipate the government extending any of these incentives, or do you think they feel like they've done enough to get the market back on track, and so they're going to walk away at this point?
My personal opinion is that they are going to extend some things. Whether that the first-time home buyer credit is extended, I can't say, but they haven't seen the market come back the way they had hoped it would, and there are still foreclosures happening. So they're really shoring up the industry for real estate, trying to get everything kind of stabilized again and moving forward. So it's a great time.
It sounds like it's a great time. Thank you guys so much for coming in this morning. We greatly appreciate it.
Thanks.
You can be contacted. You can call Jim or Billie at 435-615-6637. That's 435-615-6637. There's all of their information, their websites. Go online, find out, call these two wonderful people. I'll tell you what, I think you'll be so thrilled with what they'll be able to offer you. And like I said, Jim and Billie Harsch, and they should be Jim and Billie Nice. They're so wonderful, and I just, you'll feel very comfortable. Thanks so much for joining us this morning on the Mountain Morning Show. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.